Bonjour et bienvenue à la phrase de français 1. Hello and welcome to French 1. My name is Madame Filler, and I wanted to introduce you to French 1 and show you some great resources that I have on the Google Classroom. So first thing I want to show you is that I do have a Google Classroom. It's a great place for students to find lots of resources. It's going to be the go-to to find upcoming assignments and homework. What we can do is we go to class links and info first in this topic. I have posted my syllabus. It will also be available on my website. I'm also printing a paper copy. Is if at the very bottom of this document you sign, you parents and guardians sign and add your email address. If applicable, I can add you to our Google Classroom account so that you can see a weekly summary of what your student has turned in and what he or she may be missing. So that's a wonderful resource. Another thing I want to note while I'm at my syllabus is that often my name, by students shorten it to Madame Filler or just Madame. I don't go by my legal name of Gilbert Filler, but my address is elizabeth.gilbertfiller@qacps.org. If you email Elizabeth Filler, it does not get to me. For French 1, we move at a fairly accelerated pace. We start off day 1 with going over the alphabet, introducing yourself, counting from 0 to 60. That's going to be about 15 class periods. Unit 2 is about 10. Unit 3, 10, 4, 10, 5, 10, 6, 10, with a few classes built in for studying for the midterm exam and the final exam. We have a textbook, but we keep it, it's just a classroom textbook. It is not something that will be checked out to students. I do ask that they bring their laptop charged every day. Students will need their own binder for French class with loose leaf paper with 7 sections. Some sort of divider would be appreciated. Pens or pencils, index cards, and colored pencils, markers are also our classroom materials that I ask please be brought every day. You can go over my requirements and procedures on your own. The one thing I did want to highlight is plagiarism. The laptops are a great resource, but what I have found is that students use online translation too frequently. It is fine for a word here or there, but students become too reliant on using Google Translate, and I can tell when something has been translated. So that does not add to student learning, and unfortunately it hinders student learning. It is also counted as plagiarism, and it will result in that assignment being a 0. So please make sure to review with our students that online translators, while a good resource for a word here or there, are not something that should be used regularly. Homework will be assigned fairly regularly because French is a language, and with a foreign language you must practice it in order to obtain it. So there's going to be a good amount of homework. If a student is absent, he or she will have time to make up the homework missed. If there is no excused absence, then there is no extra time given to assignments when they are late. Going over my grading policy, the final exam is worth 15%. Summative assignments, these are your tests and projects, are worth 45%. And formative assignments like classwork or quizzes or homework, warm-up checks, all those kinds of assignments, are worth 40%. So please, like I said, sign and return with an email address if possible. If reaching you by phone is more convenient to you, then please add that as a note, add in your phone number, and I will know how to best contact you. Back in Google Classroom, I've got 3 nice resources here for learning a foreign language. Like I said, it takes practice to acquire a foreign language. So I have an online binder that supplements with the physical binder students will have to bring in. So if you go to Live Binder and you search Madame Filler, the link will be live tomorrow. Okay. It's not here right now, of course. So this is the online version of the binder. So you can see Unit 1, Lesson 1. The first thing we're going to work on is the French alphabet. Okay, and there's the alphabet here too. Some of the stuff does need to be rearranged. This has great resources to help students practice outside of the home, and they'll be able to practice things like the alphabet, and when we get into later subjects in French, things like family. Okay, again, more flashcards, listening activities. So that's one resource that I have on Google Classroom for Students. Another thing is Duolingo. It's a great app on the phone to use as well. It's fun. It challenges you to spend a certain amount of time per day on it. And then lastly, I have Quizlet. So students will have access to pre-made flashcards, and then they also include games and quizzes and different activities on Quizlet that students will be able to use. So that is our summary of our French class. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to call me or email me as a preference at any time. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to a good semester.